Just waiting for at least one person to show up. Welcome to the chat. I'm gonna bet it's Aaron Baker. The first person came in here. I knew it. Hey Aaron, how are you? In my mind, I was just like, I bet Aaron's gonna be the first one in here. If you just joined the live, then say hey so I know who you are. I'm doing good. I'm doing pretty good. Who else is in here? Is somebody else in here? Brenda. Hey, Brenda. So this chat is literally just a chat. I didn't have anything specific in mind. Hey, Alejandra, how are you? I used to be part of the ICC. Where? What state, if you don't mind sharing? Only if you don't mind sharing. Yeah, this chat is literally like we could just talk about anything. I feel like it's really good for us to just come together and just talk about whatever, and we don't have to have anything specific, nothing routine. Aaron, Alejandra, you know already because you guys was here last week when we had our regular chat. But like I said before, I feel like this is the best way for me to be able to stay connected with everyone on the channel. Hey, I'm Marquise, what's up? Oh, California, all right, cool. What certification exam are you taking, Alejandro? Oh, thank you. Real interviews. Oh, definitely. I'm up for an interview. I actually had someone yesterday ask me if I would do an interview with them. So I'm happy to do it. I think it's good to get the warning out as much as we possibly can, and I just think it's good, to reach out as much as you can. I mean, that was basically my whole point of why I wanted to even do this in the first place when I first started YouTube. But I love the interviews podcast. I have like 2 people that I'm thinking of doing interviews with. I want to interview more people too. Yeah, I talked about the empath because I was Googling about that. And I'm sorry, I'm like reading, I'm reading messages and then I'm talking at the same time. I was Googling it and I saw a video about it, and I was just like, I wonder if that's me. Like, I feel like I kind of might be an empath, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, it's pretty powerful. You're following me on IG. Wait, are you the one that I was talking to last night that you said that you want to do the interview? Because I know there's 2 people, someone on IG and then there was someone else that was talking to me saying that. Alejandro's doing teaching in the state that I live in, Texas. Also, you're getting your certificate for teaching. That's cool. You're welcome, Brenda. How long have you been out? Since when did you leave the ICC? There's an ICC near me. I never went to it. I know one time my husband was like, we should go check it out, and I was like, negative. We are not doing that. You can check it out and you can let me know how it is. I'm not, nope. If it's all affiliated, I'm not doing it. I was using it for 5 years. And real interviews, yeah, I remember talking to you last night. I'd love to do an interview with you. You left 2 months ago. Wow. So it's like still really fresh. That's, yeah, that's still fresh. Kevin Wesley is an ex-pastor with a great support and following. I would like to see you collab with him. Wait a minute. Does he do YouTube videos? He's a black guy. He does YouTube videos, right? Oh, Aaron, you're talking about the church I go to now. Yeah, the church I go to now has like everything. It's total opposite. A lot of ex-gang members, ex-drug dealers, a lot of ex-atheists. Is one guy I'm cool with was an atheist his entire life. He's actually the younger brother of the pastor in my church, and he was telling me the other day he was like that he used to be an atheist like his entire life up until like 2 years ago. I was like, oh crap. And he's only like, I think 24. He just turned 24. So, and he just now became a Christian. Wow, Brenda, your story is so familiar to me. I know so many people that went through that. Dating, they had to break up, or they had someone they were interested in, they weren't allowed to be with them. I've heard so many stories. I'm gonna check out your channel. I'm just gonna call you Real for now. Real, I'm gonna check out your channel. Because I know I seen that guy, Kevin Wesley, and I've watched a couple of videos that he did, and I was shocked when I first saw. I was like, oh crap, an ex-pastor? Like, he's talking about why he's not a pastor anymore? I was shocked. But I find the stuff he talks about and the interviews that he's done, I find it very interesting. I just finished listening to a podcast that he did with someone else's podcast a couple days ago. I listened to it. Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, my church is really relatable. So, that's why I like it too, because everyone is very honest and everyone's very open, and no one walks in there acting like like they've got it all together. No one comes in there pretending, and it makes it easier for me to be able to relate. So I like my new church a lot. All right, cool. So I guess maybe you could talk to him first and see what he thinks, and But he's an atheist, isn't he? Kevin Wesley, isn't he an atheist? Because that's the only thing with me, is I'm not an atheist. Like, I believe in God, but for some reason a lot of Christians have a hard time believing I believe in God, just because I question the Bible a lot. So they're like, well, you don't believe in God, because if you believe in God, then you would believe in God's word, which is the Bible. And there's no getting around that debate. I had that argument with my husband twice this week already, and I'm just like, I'm so done with talking about that. I was just like, you know what, forget it. There's no getting around this little debate with you, because my husband is like full-on Christian, and I'm like full-on ex-Christian. So yeah, me telling a straight-up Christian that I believe in God but not the Bible is like, no, how could you, how dare you? Okay, so he's not an atheist. Yeah, I don't make assumptions, but I didn't watch enough of his videos to know like what his thoughts on it were. I'm leaving God in the Bible. Yeah, Alejandro, it's very difficult to stay feeling like you can still believe in something you used to believe in, and now it's difficult to continue to believe in that because it really affects you. But this is why I feel like you gotta kind of get to the point where you gotta really know how to separate the two, and to say, okay, there's God, and then there's religious people in church, people who go really hard, and they have their own man-made stuff, and then they just use a Bible as a way to back it up, but they just use it kind of as a weapon rather than a tool to help. They use it as a weapon. So I that's the reason why I still believe in God. I think I never really questioned God's existence, but I just, the Bible just doesn't make sense to me. So that's why I don't want to say I don't believe in the Bible, because I honestly am still kind of iffy, because a part of me is like, maybe it is true, maybe the stuff is true in there, but then another part of me is like, I don't know. You know, just I just feel like there's so many things that don't make sense, but I'm thinking about getting into reading it. I'm really thinking about starting to read the Bible, not because I want to, not because I want to get closer to God through the Bible. I do want to get close to God, but it's not because I want to get closer to Him through the Bible, but it's just because I want to know it without anyone hovering over me telling me what to read and how to read it. You know what I mean? I have allergies, so excuse me. You're going to see me with my tissue all in my face. All right, let me scroll through your comments. Yeah, real. You're right. They do teach you how to become a professional hypocrite. That's true. I don't use a video camera. I use my phone. I don't have a camera yet. I want to get a camera. There's two cameras I have in mind um that I want to buy within the next couple of months, but I use my phone for all my videos. I just use my phone, and then I have lights. I have two studio lights that I use. So I got off of Amazon. And that's it. And then I have like a little tripod. I have two different tripods. The tripod I'm using now is a bendable one. It's like, like if you make videos of I don't know if you guys ever see people make videos like of them making crafts or planners where you have to have the phone facing down at the table you're using. That's the kind of tripod that I'm using right now. So it comes in handy. But yeah, I don't have an actual camera. At least not yet. Yeah, no one can really. I mean, if you get like a really nice camera, like a DSLR camera, which is what a lot of YouTubers use. They use I forget the name of it. No, I forgot the name of it. I think it's a Canon. If you get one of those, like the photography cameras, it makes the video look super nice. And at first that was what I wanted, but then I was just like, then I gotta kind of learn how to use it. I still want to get one of those one day, but I do want to get a regular camera. I do want to get a regular camera, but my phone, it works fine. I have a Samsung. I have a Galaxy phone. That's what I use. Canon is really good. That's a really good brand. Guys, also don't forget, I mentioned it in the video that I'm doing a Q&A video next Friday. So just email me the if you have questions, and it does not only have to be about cult stuff. It could be about whatever you want. I just want to do something different. Sometimes I need to take a break too from making videos about cults all the time. Which Galaxy phone? Shoot, you know what? I don't remember. That's so weird. Every time people ask me like which one you have, I'm like, I don't know. I feel like I had it for so long. I have no idea. I think I had it for like 2 years. I might be able to get an upgrade soon, but I have no idea which one. I used to have an iPhone. I've always been Android, and then I went to Apple to try it out, and then I came back to Android. So I'm team Android right now. Even my laptop's not. It's not an Apple neither. It's not a Mac. I have a regular laptop, like a what do you call it? I forget what do you call those laptops? If it's not whatever. We'll change the topic. Where is everyone going? Everyone's disappearing. I think I have bad connection. I know Aaron's still in the room. Right, Aaron? Aaron shows up. There you go. See, I told you he'd still be in here. One of the churches I went to have a look. Because I am white and it was a black church. I did not know. They asked me to leave. They asked you to leave because you're white? Thank you, Real. I really appreciate that. I appreciate when you guys share. That's ridiculous because you're white. That's so stupid. Was it like one of those black churches where they're running up and down the aisles and they're like freaking out and, and going crazy and stuff like that? Is it one of those? Because I don't think I've ever seen a white guy in one of those type of churches. I've been to those churches before. Those Baptist churches. That's what, like, they wear, like, those ladies wear the hats. They always wear all white. It was one of those. Hallelujah. That's stupid that they did that. My dad used to be a pastor, actually. My dad, he was a Pentecostal. Yes, Pentecostals, exactly. Those are the ones that run and go crazy. My dad used to be a pastor in one of those, and I've gone a couple of times because his son, my half brother, I don't have a connection with him, so I just say his son, is also a pastor, and I've visited his church, and it's also Pentecostal, and everyone is just like falling out on the floor, going insane, and I'm just like, am I supposed to pretend to fall too? And then he did one of those moves where he made me, like, come up. I was like, no, I'm okay, I'll sit. And he's like, no, come up here, come up here. I was just like, oh, brother. And then he did that thing where they put their hands on your forehead and, like, mush you. And I'm just like, should I pretend to catch something? Or should I just stay standing here? And I probably should have faked it because, like, he goes like this super hard. And my head goes back, but I'm still standing. It was the most awkward thing. But it was more dancing and screaming and acting possessed than it was preaching. And that's what I don't like about those churches. Pentecostal churches, a lot of them are very... You faked it. A lot of them are very... I feel like they're very hypocritical, extremely hypocritical. I've been to several, and they really are. They're very fake. They act all preachy inside, but then outside they're like the worst people. You're welcome, Jade. Yeah, Aaron, they be trying to knock you out. A children's story. They go in with their preaching. Oh my God, they go in. Like, you will be there all day. They don't even have a time that it ends. They have a time that it begins. It begins at 7:30 in the morning, but a time that it ends that you actually get to leave. You never leave. You're in there all day. Yeah, I wouldn't go to a Pentecostal church. If I have to dress up to go to church, I am not going to it. Yeah, I got it. These comments are gonna show after the video, so I'll put it down. I'll write it down afterwards. But, yeah, if I gotta dress up, nope. Nope. I do not like to dress up at all. I don't like to wear I don't know, shoes. And, I mean, I'll dress up if it's a special thing I'm going to, but for church, no. That's how it's supposed to be, I don't really see why it should be an issue. I think it's wrong for churches to kick people out just because of the color of your skin. That's racism. That's stupid. It's freaking 2018. Like, get over yourself. Yeah, Jehovah's Witnesses, their rules are to the extreme. Jehovah's Witnesses, I had to take a break from... I wanted to continue to make videos about Jehovah's Witnesses, like, back to back, and have, like, kind of like a series, but it's so intense that I had to take a break because I did that one interview. I actually made a video where I was talking about the history of Jehovah's Witnesses, and then I was just like, I can't. I didn't even upload it. Like, I had to take a break. I do want to talk about it more, but it's like I need breaks in between because that freaking organization is so extreme that it gets me upset and it just bothers me how they are. And I was just like, I can't believe how much of a hypocrite so many of them are. Like, they're just so, the things that they do. I mean, I think what bothers me the most about Jehovah's Witnesses is how they disfellowship you, even if you're a family, and they completely cut you off. I could never do that. And I don't even know, I would feel horrible if my family was Jehovah's Witness and they were to cut me off. I don't even know what kind of God would say that that's okay. That's the thing that kills me, is that they believe that, you know, God actually wants you to do that. Wow, that's pretty deep. Believe a lie before the truth. That's actually true. That makes so much sense. I never even thought about it like that before. Yeah, Christianity, I don't know. I just have so many questions. I have so many questions. I just feel like there's too much opinions. There's too much, this is right, this is wrong, my religion's right, your religion's wrong. There's too much, and it's confusing, and then it just makes you just not want to be a part of it. Like, I feel like it just kind of makes me feel like I don't want to be any religion. I'd rather just be like, no, I'm good, I'm just gonna chill here. Because then you have to pick and choose, and it's always a battle. It's like I had somebody, when was it? Yesterday, last night, left a message on one of my videos, and this long message with a whole bunch of freaking Bible verses, and that I did not read. I just skimmed through. I already knew what it was, because people, whenever Christians reply to any of the videos, they always leave this long freaking paragraph of a whole bunch of scriptures. And at the end, he said that I'm not a good person. He was like, you know, you're trying to put up this whole charade, acting like you're a good person. You're not a good person. And he was like, really, none of us is a good person. The problem with you is you just don't want to follow the Bible. And I'm just like, what in the hell are you talking about? I was just like, what are you talking about? He's like, you just don't want to follow the Bible. That's the reason. You don't want to follow God's word. And he's like, we're all bad people. Or, well, he didn't say we're all bad people, but to me, that's how I took it. Because if you're not a good person, then what are you? You're opposite. Opposite of good is bad, right? And I feel like stuff like that is what bothers me about religion. Everything always has to be a battle. Always has to be right and wrong, and judging all the time. And then he told me, like, oh, there's no way you could believe in God if you don't believe in the Bible. It's ridiculous. That's my issue. That's my issue with religion. I don't know. I don't know if I ever go back to religion. It's, I don't know. I had like a whole big, not an argument with my husband, but like I had a whole big discussion with him last night. And it got to be too much that I was like, I don't want to talk about this anymore. It was starting to trigger me, and it was getting to be too much, too heavy. And I started to feel the same feelings I felt when I left the ICOC. And then I was just like, you know what, I can't talk about this right now, because I was like, I gotta hang up the phone. He was at work, and I said, this is too much for me. It's funny how like you forget certain feelings that you had when you first left the church, and then it kind of just comes back to you when someone reminds you. Be like Snoop Dogg and smoke weed every day. Weed is nice. Oh, God forbid you smoke weed. You don't want to do that, Aaron. You know, we're already going on our way to hell. Don't want to sin. Yeah, I think weed should be legal. So I live in New York, so it's not legal here. It just doesn't make sense to me how you can buy cigarettes and you can get drunk, and all of that stuff is toxic to our body, but somehow weed is supposed to be bad, a drug. I feel like Advil and ibuprofen is a drug for me before weed is a drug for me. That's honestly how I feel. I think if you do it responsibly, excuse me again, I told you guys I have sinus issues. But I think that if you do it responsibly, the comfort of your own home, you're not acting crazy outside in the street. No, what the hell? Smoke weed. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I know. I've seen a lot of people put up videos about the ICOC, but it's like old videos from like 8 years ago. And then if it is recent, it would be videos where they're kind of sugarcoating stuff. I do notice that more people are starting to make videos now. But when I first left the church and I was looking for videos, I couldn't find anything more new than probably like a 4-year-old video. If it causes you to lie. Oh, weed is good for us. Weed is completely safe. Yeah, weed is completely safe. Weed doesn't do anything. It makes you laugh and it makes food taste extremely good, right, Aaron? It doesn't do anything. It's just I think that people just need to be responsible. No one's ever died from weed. There's never been any kind of an overdose. It's funny because in my community group for church the other day, we were talking about weed, and the group leader, he was like saying how he used to be a drug dealer and he used to smoke a lot of weed, and this other girl in the group was saying how she's having a hard time letting weed go. And me being the honest one in the group, when they look at me, I'm like, I don't got no problem with smoking weed. I don't got no problem. And then it's like I mean, I have to be honest, but that's what I like about them. I can be honest like that, and they're cool with it. I just feel like my thoughts differ. It's not the same. Like I don't see how's a problem. And let me tell you something. Oh, lie about your lifestyle. Yeah, people lie about their lifestyle all the time. Gay people in the closet, they lie. People lie all the time. It is good to be honest. I try to be as honest as I can about things. Sometimes it is hard because you're afraid of people saying something, but it is good to be honest. But yeah, Aaron, I had this thought the other day, right? And I said to myself, I was high, and I was like, I thought about this, guys. Now listen, this makes a lot of freaking sense. I was like, you know what? Weed is a plant, right? And it's supposed to be, it's safe. It's safe. There's evidence. It doesn't do anything to you. It actually helps. For me, it helps in my anxiety. And it's my chill time. My kids would go to bed. I sit there. I usually use a vape. And I chill. And I thought, well, if God didn't want us to smoke weed, if it was a sin, like this is just my opinion. If it's a sin, why would God make this kind of plant? Like, why not make a regular plant that doesn't do anything to us? Why make a plant that has these type of side effects? Plus, I feel like it opens your mind to different things. So it just doesn't, there's too many questions behind it. It opens your mind to so many, like you see a lot of things when you do smoke weed. Yeah, well, I mean, moderation for everything in life is good. Moderation in alcohol, moderation in cigarettes even. Cigarettes, I don't think people should smoke it. I've never smoked cigarettes before in my life. It smells disgusting. But I think, even moderation in everything. Yeah, no. Um, I do it on weekends, like once in a blue, like a couple of times a month. I can't do it every day. Like I'm a mom, so I can't. You know how some people can get high and they're high all day long? I can't do that. I I can't get high all day long. I feel like You know, it has to be a time where it has to be my chill time. It's usually at night. It's usually at night. It has to be my chill time, my downtime, my relaxation time. Some people get high, they go out and they do whatever. I can't really do that. It definitely does have to be moderation. That's why I think if you're a responsible adult, the same way with drinking alcohol. I don't drink alcohol anymore because I don't like how it makes me feel. But when I was drinking, well, I'll drink wine every now and then, but that's it. But when I was drinking like vodka, then I it had to be in moderation because if I would get drunk, let me tell you, give me enough and I'm like a sloppy drunk when I'm drunk. I can become a sloppy drunk, but I don't really drink like that anymore. Oh hell yeah, weed in a movie? Yo, oh my god, I love watching movies and when I'm high, because let me tell you, I had watched a movie the other night. I don't know, maybe me talking about this is inappropriate for this channel, but you got me into it now. I was dying. You ever laugh so hard that you feel like you're going to die? I was like, yo, I'm so high right now. Like, I feel like no one's ever died of getting high. But what if I die from laughing too hard? What if I'm the first person on record in history of ever dying from being high? Just because I'm laughing. I was laughing so hard I couldn't breathe. I think I lost weight laughing. It's crazy. And a pancake. I never had a pancake when I was high, but food tastes mad good. All right, so Napoleon, you said, has it caused a problem with you in the ICOC? No, because when I was in the ICOC, I didn't smoke weed. I just drank alcohol. When I was in the ICOC, I didn't do it. That for me, it's just like recently new. Like for like a year, I've been doing it now. But I started because I got curious. I used to be one of those people that was just like, oh, it's not good, it's not good. But I never actually knew. I never did research and knew about cannabis. I didn't know anything. Um, thank you, real. Let's see. My goal is to make 1,000 by the end of this year. So, thank you. But I think the ICOC would hate it. If I was to smoke weed in the ICOC, I mean, I used to hide the fact that I drunk and went to bars. I remember someone told me you shouldn't be going to the bar when I was in the ICOC, and I used to hide that. I didn't let no one know. I used to lie. I'd be like, no, I'm at home. I'm having quiet time right now. And really, I'm there just throwing back shots. My ICOC situation is unique? Not really. I think a lot of people have a situation similar to mine. I think that if it seems unique, I think it's just because I'm one of the few people that actually speak about it and I'm very honest and open about it. But I think there's a lot of stories. I feel like everybody has a story to tell. It's just a matter of if they choose to tell it or not. Because I know there are people who have stories and maybe they're not ready to share it. So, yeah, real. You're right. Collaboration, yeah, is really good. I want to do more collaborations with Keith. It's just my schedule has become so damn busy. Um, because I feel sometimes like I have so many ideas in my head of what I want to do with this channel. Because honestly, like this channel has become my heart and soul, and I love my subscribers and viewers. I don't call people followers because I feel kind of funny saying, oh, my followers. It sounds so bougie, and I don't see myself as being any higher than anyone else that watches me. But I take this channel so personal, like it's a big part of my life that I have so many ideas of things I want to do with it that sometimes I have to chill and have to be like, okay, wait a minute, let me finish this and then that. But I know some of the things I want to get more into is I do want to start I want to do more interviews and podcasts. I want to collaborate with people, and I also want to interview people from other cults, or not even just about cults, like interview people on how they was able to move on with their life, how they was able to find their identity and things like that. Things that people could really relate to. Yeah, and you know what else it is too? the trick also on YouTube is to do something different. If you do something, if you start a channel in a certain niche and it's one that not many people have, you know, something that not many people do, it makes it kind of easier for you to stand out. So, yeah, niche. Oh, is it? Oh, is what? Because I mean, there's so many different kind of things you can get into to start a channel off of, and if you do something that is different, you definitely will stand out more, and something that is close to home for you. I'm from New York. Yeah, these chats are really good, and I I watch people. I love YouTube. Like I watch YouTube all the time. I watch all type of different channels. I mostly watch channels about mindset and inspiration type stuff. But but I never really had anyone that I'm subscribed to do stuff like this. Like they'll do live videos, but it's always structured. It's like they're always talking about something specific, which I think is good. But I think if you have a topic, if you have like a channel that's about something like this that involves people who have a lot of hurt and things like that, and sometimes you just want to get it out, then I think it's good to do these type of things. Yeah, I think exposure will get me, but I don't worry about that so much, you know? I don't really worry about hurrying up to make money and to make, you know, because YouTube's algorithm changes so much. I don't worry so much like, oh, I gotta get a whole bunch of subscribers. I feel like if you kind of just let it flow and you continue to do it out of your heart because this is what you love, then all of that comes. I feel like money follows passion, and it's also authenticity. I have people that I've been subscribed to, and after a while I started to see like this person's only doing this for a YouTube check. And I mean, don't get it twisted, like YouTube money is nice. If you get YouTube money, any money will be nice, but my priority is my subscribers and helping people and making people feel like they can relate to me and being there as an inspiration. That's my main priority. And then everything else I feel like is going to fall in with that. But more exposure, how's, yeah, that's nice. So Napoleon, you say you want to do a history YouTube. I think that you should, because there's a guy who does it and he has a crap load of subscribers. And that is different. That's a different kind of thing to get into. Hello, Sarah. What kind of music do I listen to? I listen to hip hop, R&B, reggae, reggaeton. Exactly. Being yourself. I'm looking through everybody's comments. I'm sorry. Um, being yourself, being authentic, people see through the realness. Hey, Mads. Well, no, YouTube, you get money with YouTube. Patreon, you do get more money. And I've had people say to me, like, oh, you know, when you get over 1,000 subscribers, you should start Patreon. I don't know about Patreon. I kind of feel funny about that. I think it'll depend. I don't know. Try to say my name. Mads. Damn, there's a B and a J. How do you do that? I'm assuming the B is silent. Amjoner. Amjoner. Where you from? You said where you're from. Let me see. Let me scroll back. You're from Belgium. That's so cool. Should you stop what, Ben? Because honestly, since you started talking, I have no clue what you're talking about. So what should you stop? Yeah, Patreon has the perks. I think when the channel gets to that point where it does have a lot of people, maybe I'll think about doing Patreon. I know that for me, yeah, I know, I can tell I'm completely ignoring him, Napoleon. For me, YouTube is like my platform to help me get out more. I feel like for me it's the best way for me to get myself out there and to take everything off of YouTube, because this is like the start of my brand, because right now, like, I have a brand I created, and YouTube is my way of exposing myself so people can see me and they could join me, and you know, I use YouTube as that way. So for me to start getting paid off of YouTube, that would just be like an extra thing. But I have other ways of me getting extra streams of income. I know some people just use YouTube and this is the only way they make money. And then as soon as they change the algorithm and they start doing the demonetization, then all of a sudden, you know, they're like, oh, I might not do YouTube anymore unless you're paying me Patreon. And then that's when I feel like you see the true colors of the YouTuber. It's like, oh, okay, so you're doing this because you just want the money. Yeah, you know, I don't really pay attention to the trolls because, you know, I feel like YouTube is so. There's a lot of immature people on here and they're bored, and I'm just like, come on in. You want to troll? Go ahead and have fun. No one's going to pay you no mind. Yeah, demonetization is. It's like they're always changing it because I was getting a little bit of money at first, like a very small amount when I hit a certain amount of subscribers, and then all of a sudden they're like, we're changing it now, you got to have 1,000 subscribers to get money. So then they cut it off and I wasn't getting anything. But I get a feeling that there's going to be another platform that's going to compete with YouTube, because I keep hearing there's rumors that Amazon is trying to do their own version of YouTube. And if they do, I'm going to go over there. I'm going to stay here. But if there's another platform and they seem to do things better, because YouTube is just too unstable, because there's always people fooling around and ruining it for the rest of us. Yeah, they lost money from YouTube, but the issue with that is that I feel like people depended on this. Like, if you're making a crap load of money, if you're making a lot of money off of YouTube, invest into something so you have some sort of a backup. I can't use YouTube as my only form of income for the rest of my life, because, like, who knows this thing is even going to be around later. Like, I'm too nervous for that. I need to take this and take it and turn it into something else. I mean, for me, I want to do a lot of things with myself. Yeah, because YouTube is losing people because they keep fooling around. It's annoying. I mean, the things I want to do, I'm going to tell you guys what my dreams are. I want to write books, not just about cults. That'll be boring after a while, but just books, like self-help type books, and probably one or two books about my own experience, which I'm still in the process of doing. My first one right now. And I want to do speaking events, go out, do speaking. I really want to reach out to women because I feel like women empowerment, for me, that's very important. I want to be able to help women. I just basically want to, I don't want to be known as, thank you, Napoleon. I don't want to be known as, oh, that's Tina Marie J. That's the chick who talks about cults. She was in the ICOC. Oh, yeah, you know that girl, Tina Marie J., the one who was in the ICOC years ago. I don't want to be known as that. I want that to be what I came from. I want it to be Tina Marie J. She started her brands. She started her career, her whole journey as an entrepreneur, as someone who was talking about cults and who was helping people, and then she used her experience as a way to inspire other people, and now she's reaching out to people all around the world and helping them to change the way they think and to follow their dreams. Like, that's exactly where I'm taking it. I'm just reading your comments. I'm gonna definitely let you guys know when my book is out. I'm taking my time with it right now because I don't want to half-ass my way through it. Like, I actually want to make it good for you. Yeah, I'm basically marketing myself. Oh, hell yeah, I will go to Europe and speak. Let me tell you, I would leave the US. I've never left the country. I've never I've never went anywhere. I mean, I've never I never traveled anywhere. I went to Florida. I went to Puerto Rico because that's where my mom is from, and that's it. Like, I've never went to California. I've never went to Minnesota. I've never went to any other state. I've never left the country, and I mean, you have one life, you have one life, so you want to live it the best way you can. And I started my journey of deciding I'm going to change my life, I'm going to follow my dreams. I started this about 2 years ago. I made that decision. I had no idea what I was going to do. I had no idea how I was going to do it. I just one day was like, you know what? I'm tired of living my life like this because I felt so empty. I was just like, there's something I want, and there's a mission, some passion for me, but I don't know what it is. And writing has always been my thing. I just didn't think I could ever make it into anything. And helping people has always been my passion. But I just didn't think it could happen because I didn't necessarily grow up being taught that you could really do these things you love. I kind of grew up in a way where I was taught, sure, you could do what you love, but you're gonna struggle. You gotta get a good job with good benefits, blah blah blah. That's how I was raised. So I had to change the way I think. Aaron, Australia, oh my God, Australia, I want to go there so freaking bad. Australia and Paris are the two first top places I want to travel to. I think about it every day, literally every day. I want to go there so bad. The Bahamas, I want to go there too. I never went on a honeymoon with my husband, so we want to go to some Caribbean island. Yes, Sydney. Oh my God, I want to go to Sydney, Australia. That's exactly where I want to go. You guys are making me excited because every time I think about these things, every time I think about the things I want to do, I get excited because I know for a fact I'm gonna do it. And this is also what I like to teach anyone who watches my videos, is that if you think about it hard enough, you start to really believe it. You actually can make these things happen. The only thing that stops us from going after the things we want and from achieving these things in our life is ourselves and us listening to other people telling us we can't do it. I'm glad that it's inspiring. I want to inspire people. I want to go everywhere. I want to just be able to point at a map and be like, with my eyes closed, and be like, boop, oh, I'm going to go there. I just want to go everywhere. I feel like there's so many beautiful sceneries and there's so many beautiful places that we could go. And like, God created so much, you know what I'm saying? And I want to see what else is out there that God made. I don't want to stay stuck. And when I was in the ICOC, I did try to share these things, my visions of what I wanted to do, and I was always put to the back burner. Like, oh, is there an ICOC church where you want to go? And I'm just like, are you serious? Like, oh, you're gonna go travel. You gotta make sure it's not on the Sunday. I just felt so stuck. I felt like maybe my life is meant to just go to church and to serve. And I actually had people tell me that. I had people tell me, you're meant to serve. You're not meant to follow your dreams. And then when I left, I felt so free. And then I just kind of started to see things so differently and started to have a different outlook on life and have a whole new perspective. And now I feel like I could do whatever the hell, whatever the hell I put my mind to. Hmm. Yeah, but there's a lot of things I want to do. And I believe you guys could do everything too. Life is a journey, and we all have different paths. And it could be difficult, and there's always people with opinion. There's always people that are going to tell you what you can and can't do, what you should and shouldn't do. But when you start to really think about what you want, and you start to think, like when I die, do I want to regret? And you don't want to regret. You have to just try. I mean, as soon as you start to really change how you think, you just try, you just put your effort in, you're gonna lose people on the way. You're gonna lose a lot of friendships probably. You're gonna probably even lose family. You're gonna lose support. But if it's what you want and you can see yourself doing it for the rest of your life, like I can see myself doing this for the rest of my life. When I do this, talking to you guys, making videos, making content, I love it. When I write, I love it. It's like I come to life. So that's how you know if that's something that you're meant to do, if that's something that you want to do, whatever brings you to life. Sarah, are you quoting what the ICOC would say? I'm a little bit confused. Because that sounds exactly like what they would say. Pray about it. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. I'm like, is she trying to tell me off? Yeah, that's exactly what they say. Pray about it. I had a woman say to me, you have all your treasures stored in heaven. Why do you feel like you need to follow these dreams and do all these things now? All right, Aaron, we'll be here. I had a woman say that, and I was just like, okay, so I guess I shouldn't want anything in my life. Yeah, no, because I noticed you put the quotation marks. I was just like, I just wanted to make sure. But you know what? So, Sarah, you're from Australia, right? You said. I feel like Australians are nice. I have a couple of people I'm subscribed to on YouTube that are Australian, and I always tell my husband, I'm like, Australians are nice people. And he's like, how the hell do you know they're nice? You've never been around any. And I'm like, I don't know. Because I feel like when the tourists come, oh, okay, Belgium. I feel like when tourists come, I feel like they're just so nice. And then in New York, people are very rude and smug. And I feel so bad for them. I'm like, come on, be nice. They don't know how to take the train. They don't know how to use the Metro card. Metro card is what we use to go on the train and bus in New York. And I'm just like, they're so nice. I feel like if you go out where you're used to being around, you start to see the culture and people, the behavior, the attitudes is very different. Yeah, they're very brainwashed. Belgium. What does Belgium make me think of? Don't you guys have cookies from Belgium? I think it's like a commercial. Cookies or crackers? Yeah, I love New York. Don't get me wrong. New York is my home. But, oh, weed, yeah. It's my home, but I need to kind of see what else is out there. Waffles. That is it. Chocolate waffles and beer. I don't do beer, but I do chocolate and I will do waffles. So Napoleon, you're from the Bahamas? They give up their seats in public transportation? So you've been living in Australia for 4 years. Are you from the US? Oh wow. So you're from Texas. You're from the UK. 6 years in. You're from Mexico. 6 years in Texas. And you're 26. Jade is from the UK. And Aaron, where are you from? Sarah lives in Ireland. That's where they wear those skirts, right? The kilt, they call them kilts. And they call everybody mate, right? I want to go there too. Just because I've never been. I want to go places just because I've never been. Mate. I don't know. I don't know if Australians say mate. Probably. Yeah, tomorrow's St. Patrick's Day. I thought it was on Sunday. There's a lot of Irish people by me, so they have like this whole parade. They close down the streets, and then they just walk around and wear green. And there's a lot of Irish pubs over here too by me. Well, yeah, I know what mate means. Halloween, Easter, Christmas. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I celebrate them all. Easter, I don't really do much for Easter. I mean, I get my kids like some Easter candy, um, like bunnies. Christmas, I definitely celebrate. I love it. Thanksgiving, I definitely celebrate. Halloween, hells yeah, I love Halloween. I dress up on Halloween. Day of the Dead, I don't do Day of the Dead. No, I think that's a Mexican thing. Halloween, I always dress up with my kids. Because you know what? When I was little, I wasn't allowed to celebrate Halloween. I didn't get to go trick or treating. I think I went trick or treating probably twice my entire childhood because my mom always felt like, it's worshiping Satan. And my mom's Christian, but she doesn't like Halloween. But she doesn't say anything about me allowing my kids to celebrate it. She thinks it's cute. But when I was a kid, I wasn't allowed. So my birthday's in October. So when I was little, I used to have birthday parties in my house. And she would get me a costume. And all the kids would come to my party and wear costumes. And that was the closest I came to celebrating Halloween. Other than that, I would just stay home and watch horror movies. And my mom would probably buy me candy and I would just eat it. Yeah, my mom's completely different when it comes to my kids than how she was with me. Morbid. My husband hates Halloween. He's completely against it. Not for religious reasons, but because he said he's just never liked it. I'm like a big kid. I go trick or treating with my kids. I mean, I don't get the candy. I eat their candy. I wear costumes. I put on makeup. I was thinking of being the Grudge last year, and I didn't. So I think I'm gonna be the Grudge this year because my hair is really long. It's like down my back. So if I straighten it, it's super duper long. So I'm thinking about being the Grudge. Yeah, the movie The Grudge. That's that movie with the Asian chick, and she has long jet black hair, and she makes that weird sound, and she crawls up the steps. She's really creepy. It's a scary movie. She's like, that's The Grudge. I did that to my kids one time a long time ago, and they freaked out. My daughter was crying. She was small. My poor thing. I was walking up the steps, and it was dark, and I had my hair straight, and I had it in my face, and I was crawling. I was thinking about opening a door for the trick-or-treaters, looking like The Grudge, and like crawling towards them. They probably wouldn't even want the candy. They'd be out. They'd never come back to my door again. I love Thanksgiving. I love all holidays. Well, not all holidays. I mean, some holidays I don't care for, but like the major, major holidays. To straighten my hair, I haven't straightened my hair in almost 3 years now. I've been completely curly for almost 3 years. But for me to straighten my hair, it used to take me when I was doing it about an hour. And then I started getting quicker with it, and it'll take me like 45 minutes. What is Thanksgiving? Aaron, where are you from again? Yeah, I haven't done it in 3 years. I take my hair very, very, very personal. Um, like I follow this method called Curly Girl method, and basically I only shampoo my hair once a month. I condition it every day because technically you don't need to shampoo. It's not good to shampoo all the time because it strips your hair of natural oils. Plus, I have different kind of hair texture. You know, I'm minority. So, let me tell you, go ahead, a little bit. If I talk about my hair and what I do with my hair, I'll have you guys here all night because I get very into that topic. But I haven't straightened it in 3 years. It's gotten better. It's healthier ever since I haven't used heat to it. But remember, I'm minority. If you're white, it might be different for you. If there's one question I would ask other ex-ICOCers, what would it be? um. Oh, Aaron, you don't have a Thanksgiving? That sucks. You get to eat a lot of food. All right, so deprogramming. What would I ask you guys if I had one question? I would ask why you guys left. Like, what pushed you to finally leave? That's what I would ask, because that's hard to do, to finally leave. It was like a life or death situation for me. I was taking it so serious leaving. I was like, oh my God, if I leave, I'm gonna go to hell. So Sarah, is your hair straight? Because white people could have curly hair too, and they also could follow the curly hair system. Because basically, I don't put certain ingredients in my hair. I don't put certain, like, chemicals or whatever. That's not healthy for your hair. But I'm half Puerto Rican and half black. So I have dry hair, but it's super duper curly and I have a lot of it. So my texture is different because I'm mixed. But why did they tell you not to come back? Like, what did you supposedly do, for them to kick you out? And the reason I say do is because they kick people out for stupid reasons. Napoleon, you felt like you were going to die if you left. Yeah, I felt the same way. Oh, wow. You were proving them wrong. Yeah, they would definitely want to kick you out for that. God forbid, you tell them the truth about themselves. Because they're afraid that you're going to spread that to the other members. It's the same thing with Jehovah's Witness. They do the same thing. They think, you're an apostate. You're going to spread the lies, which is really truth. And they don't want that. Yo, El Cap. Puerto Rico, is that near Mexico? You're asking the wrong person, because when it comes to geography, I'm stupid. I don't think it's near Mexico. I don't know. It's actually still a part of the U.S., which I think is weird. Sarah, you can talk about whatever you want. Look, I jump from convo to convo. It's fine. Don't even worry about it. You could talk about it. We don't have, that's why I do these lives. Like, we don't have to only talk about ICOC. I want to talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. So if your hair is wavy, use conditioner. More conditioner. Well, that's good. Yeah, because shampoo is not good for our hair to use all the time. Yeah, my mom is from Puerto Rico. She was born in Puerto Rico and then raised in New York City. So I associate more with my mom's side of the family, my Puerto Rican side. My dad is black, and I don't really know his side of the family like that. I've met them, but I don't have a relationship or a connection with them. So I was raised with my mom's side, so I associate more with my Spanish side. Yeah, it's so easy to run out of things to say, and it's amazing I have not run out of things to talk about. And I think if you only talk about cults in every single video, then you can run out. But if you start to incorporate, like how you said, positivity stuff, then it makes it easier because then you're talking about not just your experience, but then you start talking about how you can move on with your life and things like that. I have a book where I write down things, but I always get ideas of things to talk about. I get ideas when I'm in church, I get ideas when I'm outside. People sometimes email me and ask me if I can make a video about a certain topic. I basically go off of whatever the viewers want. Like if people are talking about certain things or they're asking me certain questions, I'll make a video about it because I'll be like, okay, maybe I'll make a video about this and maybe people will feel like they can relate. I like my hair curly more. My hair is nice when it's straight, but I like it curly because I feel like it's more me. I used to hate my hair, now I love it. Well, my mom, my aunt completely supports me doing my channel. My aunt is a little more outgoing in that sense. She supports me doing YouTube. She supports the writing. She supports me, you know, speaking up about my experience. My mom, I don't really fully tell my mom everything that I do because she's such a mom. She's, oh, be careful, you know. She tells me to be careful. I actually don't think I ever told my mom I do YouTube videos. I told her I do videos, but she doesn't know what I do them about. She doesn't know a whole lot about it. Deprogramming, you should keep the videos up because then you can always look back and see your growth. My husband likes me doing the videos, but he doesn't, not that he doesn't support the channel and what I do, but he doesn't necessarily, I don't know what's the word. I'm sorry, text messages. My husband just doesn't agree with everything just because he is still Christian. He likes the fact that I'm helping people, but I think his whole thing is that he just wants me to be careful that I don't steer people away from God. That's his whole thing. And that's probably my own fear. Not really a fear, but my main biggest concern is that I try to be careful what I talk about and what I say. Because sometimes I could tend to say things that I really am thinking. And sometimes I'm like, crap, maybe I shouldn't have said that. I don't want people to watch this and I don't want to be this huge influence. And then next thing you know, it's my fault. This person decided to become an atheist or they decided to change their mind about certain things. Yeah, my husband's really cool. He's completely supportive of what I do because he knows I love making videos and he knows that I'm using this as, a way to help me get myself out there too. And he knows that I have a lot of things that I plan on doing with myself, with my life. And he knows how passionate I am about this. Like, I'm naturally a very passionate person. So if there's something I'm real passionate about, I will take it and ride it straight home. Like, I will be so obsessed with it. I'll put all my heart into it. Whether I get money for it or not, that's just who I am. So he supports the dream, basically. Oh, Sarah. So, Sarah, you're still a member. So, what is it that you feel uncomfortable about? And I love that you guys are making conversation. Because if you're uncomfortable, you have to listen to that discomfort and you have to know where it's taking you and follow it. Don't ignore it. You have to do something about it. Because I was uncomfortable. I was in the ICOC for 7 years, and I was uncomfortable from the first year I was in there, and I ignored it straight through. But what is it that you're uncomfortable about, though? Yeah. So, Sarah, those are the same issues I dealt with, and a lot of people who support the channel, they also dealt with that. Um, okay, so let me see. The first thing you said, your parents are not in, and you feel pressure to convert your mom. It was the same thing with me. I remember 'cause my cousin is gay, and I'm not talking about bisexual. I'm talking about like he's 100% gay. And I remember being told that he was gonna go to hell. This was after I did my studies, right before I got baptized, and I was just like, but he's such a good person, you know. And they're like, it doesn't matter, you know, he's good to you, but he's not good to God. And then they said that the rest of my family was also probably going to go to hell because they were not Christian. My grandmother's Catholic. She's not like a practicing Catholic, but it's a Puerto Rican thing. And my mom is the only Christian in my family. But because my mom did not want to be a part of the ICOC, they said that my mom was not going to go to heaven. So that was something that I had a real hard time battling with because I was so scared. I was just like, I have to get my family to heaven. It puts a lot of pressure on you and it's wrong. And they also told me that if I left, I would be lost. Let me tell you, the stuff that they say, if you're uncomfortable and you feel like the things they're telling you are off and it's making you feel like you're losing yourself, that's not the place to be because if you really think about it, right? Now, look, I get it. I don't read the Bible. I'm not the holiest person. But I would tell you, God that I know of, you know, that I know, God is not, it says in the Bible, God is not of fear. He's not here to intimidate you. He's not here to say, oh, if you don't do this and that, blah, 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 and make you feel this way. I feel that the ICOC puts this on people to keep them. And they do it so much that people break. And then people conform. But then people like me and some of the other people here who left, we get to a point during our membership where we're like, you know what, I can't take it anymore. This is too much because you lose your identity. You have to talk to somebody. Do not keep it to yourself. They do not want you to say anything because this is what they said to me when I first told them I'm uncomfortable. They cut me off. They never let me finish my sentence. They were just like, that's just Satan. They blame everything on Satan. Satan gets way too much credit. For someone so evil, he gets a lot of credit for a lot of stuff. And it's not Satan, it's you. It's you. You really, You know how you feel, but the ICOC likes to tell you this is not your feelings. They like to tell you how to feel, and that's why some people end up staying, because they convert, and then next thing you know, they never leave because they believe all the bull crap. You're gonna have to speak to the leaders and tell them how you feel, and if they are willing to listen, then maybe the church you're in might not be so bad, because not all ICOCs are horrible. But if they don't listen, they cut you off, or they try to feed you the bull crap of, oh, well, it's Satan, or you just don't want to follow the word, you need to be more humble, it's your pride, it's your ego. It's all the stuff they told me. They told me this the whole time I was attending that church. If they do that, leave, because the stuff they're telling you is not true. It's all lies. Oh, restoration studies? Oh, don't even get me started on. I did restoration studies. Such a waste of time. Yeah, the problem with the ICOC is that they twist up the Bible to make it sound the way they want to make it sound to fit their whole goal. That's the problem with the ICOC. They're gonna tell you it's Satan. They're gonna tell you as much crap as they could try to tell you. They're gonna tell you a lot. It's gonna be difficult, you know. How long did you say you were in the church? The longer you're in there, the harder it is to leave. I'm not saying it's gonna be easy to tell them this is how I feel. I'm not saying it's gonna be easy to decide, you know what, I gotta leave. I'm gonna find another church, or whatever your choice is that you want to do if you do leave. But it's something that has to be done, because you will lose yourself. You definitely will lose yourself. And you have every right to say how you feel. You have every right to feel what you feel. I feel like when it comes to the ICOC, they want you to act like you don't have feelings. God gave us feelings and emotions for a reason. He gave us a heart to feel for a reason. He gave us instinct and intuition for a reason. Why not use it? And that's the problem with them, is cults don't want you to use these things that you were born with. You were born to use these things, and cults don't want you to use it. They want you to be dumb, basically, to just be like some stupid robot doing whatever the hell they tell you to do, and that's not right, you know. You'll be fine. Just speak to the leaders. I tried speaking to mine, but they cut me off quick. It was like, all right, well, we'll pray for you. You can leave. I was like, oh, okay, whatever, you know. I hate the devil card too. It's very annoying. Dr. Douglas Jacoby? No, I've never heard of him. Yeah, well, I know what you mean, deprogramming. I think honestly, in my opinion, like I feel like all churches are different. Um, I think that majority of churches are the same, but I think there are some good ones out there. I think that their character shows at some point. I do think that some people have churches that they do have a good intention behind it. They're not there to harm or to hurt anyone's spirituality. They're not there to tell you what to do. What I think, when it comes to Christians, what they need to do, Christians need to just leave people the hell alone. Plant the seed. Okay, you know, it says in the Bible about planting seeds. Yeah, plant the seed. You can share your faith, whatever. Invite me to church. All right, fine. But if a person says no, leave it alone. It's not up to Christians to convert people. I feel it's up to God. I think Christians are supposed to just plant the seed and help. But the problem is that Christians they nag. They go in, and they do not leave you alone. And then if you don't decide to convert or to conform to their ways and their beliefs and their thinking, then they put you down and try to make you feel like, well, you're going to hell then, because you don't believe what I believe, so you're just going to go to hell. Hey, I'm trying to help you out, but you want to go to hell? Fine, go to hell. That's their issue. And that's my problem with Christianity. That's why it makes it so difficult for you to want to even go to a church because they're all over the place. Hmm. Yeah, they told me ICOC was the only one too. That's all crap. So when they tell you, oh, you're gonna go to hell, all right, I'll be seeing you there. I'll save a seat for you because you sure as hell will be with me also. Yeah, I question if God, I feel also like God and Christianity is kind of separate too sometimes. I feel like Christianity is religion, man made, and then God is God. But I keep my, I don't shut off my thinking 100%. Like, I keep my mind open to change because you never know, and you may change how you feel. Yeah, some ICOC churches are okay, and some of them are insane. Like my best friend is still a part of the ICOC, and the one she was in New York, she didn't like, but then she moved to another state and she loves it. She said it's very different. And she's still a part of it, her and her family. And they're fine. Like she's totally normal, you know. We were friends from before, but I don't, I'm not on a mission to shut every ICOC down. I just think that a lot of people, they, I forgot what the hell I was gonna say. I got like a brain fart out of nowhere. Like what the hell was I about to say? Sorry. Maybe it'll come back to me when I'll remember. That's what I was gonna say. Some ICOC churches take it too far. Some of them get too legalistic. They get insane, and then some are normal. I have not seen any normal ones, but apparently people claim they're out there, so whatever. Yes, Aaron. Oh my God, I hate that. I hate that so bad. Okay, so I have a couple of pet peeves. One is you have to read the Bible. I don't tell me what I have to do. I don't have to read the Bible. I hate when people say that. People do it all the time. You must read the word. You have to read it. Just give me my space, and if I decide to do it, I will do it. I hate that. And another thing I hate is when people leave comments under the video. Like, I'll have a video and I'll be talking about how I believe in God, but I don't read the Bible because I question its existence, of how it's even real and who made it up and all that stuff. And then a person will comment, a Christian will comment and leave a long freaking comment with a bunch of Bible scriptures. They won't just say this is a scripture. They'll actually quote the entire scripture. And I'm like, I don't understand what part of that you don't get. I just said that, hey, Southern boss lady, I'm like, look, I just said that I don't really believe in the Bible. So by you basically trying to prove me wrong by telling me scriptures in the Bible, it's like reading me a fairy tale book in a way. Like, this is just a children's fiction book. This is an example. I'm not saying the Bible's a fairy tale book. But, like, example, if I say I don't believe in the fairy tale book because it's not real, Jack and the Beanstalk is not real, and you come to me and say, oh, but in Jack and the Beanstalk, on page 5, it says that Jack climbed the stalk and blah, blah, blah. But I don't believe in this. What's the point of you telling me? It's just vibe. But you know what? I just let people do it. I'm like, all right, whatever. Just go ahead, preach. I don't read it, but I kind of skim through. It's just a pet peeve. It's just, it gets kind of annoying. I don't like to be told what to do. Especially after leaving a cult, I think that's the issue, is that a lot of people don't know how to deal with people who've been hurt by church. Whether it was a cult or not a cult, if you've been church hurt, then people don't understand. Christians who have not gone through that don't understand how to handle people and how to handle those type of situations. They think that the best way to resolve the issue is by throwing the Bible at you and be like, here, read this. And they don't understand that just makes you resist. It makes you pull back even more. It makes it more difficult because you've already been hurt. So I think it's like they want to help, but they don't know how to help. I made a video about that. I should probably make a book about that. Tell Christians, read this book. You need it. Did they give you back your money, Napoleon? I would be so pissed. Is Christianity the only way? Honestly, Sarah, I don't even know. I'm still trying to figure that out in a way. Oh, they give you back the money. That's good. Yes, brother. Yes, sister. That is annoying. Yeah. Sarah, I feel like if you want to continue your journey, this path of faith and Christianity with God, you can do that. Just because you leave the ICOC doesn't mean you have to become atheist or agnostic or like me, someone who's just kind of floating in the middle and has no idea what the hell they're doing. That you follow what you feel. You can leave the ICOC and go to another church when you're ready to attend another church, because trust me, there's churches out there. And after you experience a different church, you kind of start to see, when you experience a good one, you'll start to see like, oh, okay, not all churches are like this. Like, there are good churches out there. There are good pastors. There are good Christians. You'll see it. But you'll see it by how they show themselves, by their character. So I think that if the ICOC is making you uncomfortable, which obviously I know you said they are, the best thing to do, and you want to know if Christianity is the right thing to do, just read the Bible for yourself and feel in your heart what you feel is right. Don't listen to them telling you what to do. Feel in your heart what you feel is right. Napoleon, you suck. You gotta charge that freaking thing. A floating Christian, Brooke, that's a good one. I should start calling myself that because I don't know what to call myself. I can't call myself agnostic. I'm not an atheist. I'm not any of these other fancy terms. I've Googled all of them. I don't know what I am. It's really weird. I mean, I don't call myself a Christian either. I guess I'm just floating. Yeah, Pastor Kevin Wesley, me and another person who was in the chat who left, were talking about him. And she actually wants to do like a video. She wants to try to connect me with him. I've watched his stuff and he goes real deep. I think if I was to do a video interview with him, I would probably be kind of scared. He intimidates me. He knows his stuff. Like, I don't know a lot, I don't know a lot. And I'm like, oh crap, he knows his stuff. But I think it would be really cool if I was to do a video with him. I watched some of his videos. Some stuff he says I agree, and some stuff I'm like, I don't really agree. Exactly, deprogramming. That's exactly what I said. I said that to my husband last night. We was talking about this. And I'm like, I don't understand. Why make it a big confusion? Like, why not, if you wanted something a certain way and you created us and you're God, why not just make it the way you wanted it? Why did you have to make it so difficult and everyone's confused and now some of us might go to this hell? I just don't, that's the thing I don't get. Lukewarm? No, I'm not lukewarm because I'm not a Christian. Someone told me that the other day. It was like, you're a lukewarm Christian. I'm not lukewarm at all because I'm just not Christian. I don't even bother to use the term Christian for myself. I feel like I would be insulting Christians to call myself a Christian. Or are you talking about me or are you talking about Brooke? Aaron. Do you feel you go to church purely for social reasons? Um, that would be cool, right? Southern Boss Lady. I'm sorry, I'm trying to hurry up and scroll through what you guys are saying. You're right, Jade. I agree with you. Oh, thank you, Brooke. I love you too. Yeah, you know what? I question hell now also. Yeah, if a Christian goes too much hard into sharing their faith and to where they're afraid to have a normal conversation without having to mention God every second, then it gets annoying. Oh, but you asked me, deprogramming asked me. Do I feel like I go for social reasons? Could you elaborate? Like, what do you mean for social? Like, for a community, you mean? Yeah, the church uses all these terms that get very annoying. For friends, no, not at all. Because honestly, when I started going to this church, I didn't even want to have friends. I was like, I'm in and I'm out. I I go to church because like I started going back purely because I felt like I liked this one. Like something about it drew me in and I was curious and I felt like it was very different from any church I've ever been to my entire life. Definitely different from the ICOC. ICOC would hate the church that I go to. They would hate it. They would probably think they're all going to hell like first class ticket. But I just really felt comfortable and honestly, it's my only connection I have to God, I feel. Not my only connection, but it gives me an inner peace and I feel like if you have a certain inner peace, why not go for it? You know, like I meditate, that's another way that I connect with my inner self. I know a lot of Christians don't believe in meditation. I'm about to pull out my tissue again. I'm sorry, excuse me. I get out my allergies. Um, but yeah, I go to church because it makes me feel good. It makes me feel a certain way. It's my connection with God. Patriotic? Patriotic. What do you mean, is it patriotic? Yeah, the church I'm in is like total. Because the church I'm in, the people are real, you know, and I like that. I actually could. I'm making friends in this church because they actually know how to talk about things other than God. Can you believe that? Yeah, Brooke, I didn't even know the ICOC was a cult until when I decided to leave. I started looking up information and I was like, oh crap. The information I learned, it made sense. I was like, you know, I looked up the bite model, BITE bite model, and I looked up all these, like, research all these different cult experts and watch as many videos I could find. And I was just like, yeah, this definitely falls in line with what I had experienced. And then I learned it was a cult. A mosque? I don't know. I've never been to a mosque. Don't they dress in like certain attire? I need to wear what I want. Like I need to walk in the church and wear this hat and be good. I mean, I'm not gonna go to church and dress like it's summertime, you know, with a crop top and stuff. I'm gonna dress appropriate, but I need to be able to walk in there with some sweats and some sneakers if I want to. How did you explain to your children why you left? That's a very good question. I'm about to answer you Judaism in a second. I'm just scrolling through. Pro USA and Israel pro military. Yeah, my church accepts all of that. I have gay couples in my church, which I'm still kind of shocked about. Thank you, Southern Lady. I love you. You're such a beautiful supporter. All of you guys have like the best support. Okay, so Judeum asks a good question. How do I explain to my kids about why I was leaving the ICOC? So that actually was kind of not difficult, but challenging for me because I wasn't sure how do I tell my kids? How do I tell them we're not going to be a part of this church? I thought I could just simply be like, we're leaving. It wasn't that hard just because they didn't have real friendships in the church. My kids are kind of shy. So at the time, you know, they didn't really have a lot of friendships like that. So it wasn't that difficult. But I basically told them we're just gonna start going somewhere else. We're gonna find another church. And my oldest daughter was like, oh, but I like this church and I have friends here. And I'm like, you don't have friends here. You have people here you say hi to on Sunday. There's a difference. But I just told them we're gonna find another one that's better. And I did explain a little bit to my oldest, not my youngest, about how this church that we were going to, the ICOC, wasn't really right for us. How the positive mindset project's going. It's going freaking great. I love it. I love it. I have so many things that I'm have planned in the works. when it comes to the positive mindset. I love talking about positive mindset stuff. I'm gonna put more videos out on it. I'm just slowly making my way into putting out videos about that because I don't want to lose people. I don't want people to think, oh, I guess she's done talking about cults, let me unsubscribe and never come back. Because I'm gonna talk about both, but I'm trying to make it a connection. So basically I'm talking about cults, but then talking about using positive mindset stuff as like a way to help people to change their attitude, because when you're in a cult, you're nowhere near positive. Bye, Southern Lady. Thank you for stopping by. Positive mindset teachers. Oh, damn it. What's that guy's name? Is it Jim Ron? I think that's how you say his name. I could be wrong. There's another guy. I don't know, all of a sudden I can't remember no one's name. Something Lisa Nichols. I like Jim, yeah, that guy. I like Lisa Nichols. And there's another guy too. He's like a kind of heavy set black guy. I cannot think of his name, but I love him. He was the first one I started listening to. I have a couple of YouTubers I'm subscribed to that have podcasts and books that I listen to, books that I read. Was it a source of conflict with you and your spouse considering, well, Judeum, my husband didn't want to stay. So that part wasn't the issue, but what became the issue was when I started to change the way I thought about religion. Then it became a ginormous source of conflict. Like, in a way, it still kind of is because we're considered interfaith marriage. So it was almost an issue, me wanting to leave, because then I didn't want to go anywhere else. I was just like not comfortable visiting. I visited other churches, but I was not comfortable. So yeah, it kind of was, but it wasn't a huge issue us leaving that specific church because he wanted to leave too. Napoleon's taking notes. You can tell a church is crazy when they randomly show up at your house. Oh God, yes. Brooke, I've had them stop at my house in my pajamas. The most awkward. Les Brown. Yes, I love him. That's the guy I'm thinking of. Les Brown. He's great. Les Brown. I like Tony Robbins too. He's not my favorite. You know, I have certain moods, times when I want to listen to him, but I love Les Brown, Jim Rohn, however you say his name, and some other white guy, some guy who died. I don't know. But Les Brown, I love him. I make it a point to listen to these every single day. And I've been listening to motivational and inspirational type of stuff ever since probably started like about 2 years ago, 2016. Yeah, Aaron, it's annoying. They really know how to annoy people. Chelsea Dinnan, I have not heard of her. Lisa Nichols is really good. She has a very inspirational backstory of how she became. My phone keeps telling me I'm having bad connection for some reason. Yeah. Oh, Billy Graham. I think I've listened to him. He sounds familiar. Matter of fact, I do. Is he the guy with the accent? He has like a southern accent, a heavy southern accent. It's true, deprogramming. When you focus on something positive, things do become more normal. I feel positive thinking is 100% important. Matter of fact, I'm going to read something to you guys real quick. Before I started my channel, I think I read this before actually in like an older video that I did. But before I started my channel, when I decided I wanted to leave, I wrote some things down, and this was in 2016. So it was like little notes, like random thought type stuff. So I said, I want to expose the ICOC. I want for my story, hurt and anger to be heard by ex-members, non-members, and current members. I want to help people who are afraid to leave the cult and give wisdom to those who are potential recruits. It may probably not heal me in total, but I will gain more closure and I will be able to turn my hurt, anger, and resentment into a good cause to help others. And that was, I wrote that December 8th of 2016. That was actually right when I decided to leave. I had stopped going to service at that time, and that's when I wrote that. So when I think about positivity, I think about what I wrote. Thank you, Brooke. I think about that because I wrote that before I even knew I was going to have a channel, before I even knew I was going to start a coaching business, before I even knew that I was going to write a book. You know, I've always loved to write. I've always wanted to write a book, but I never thought I could pull it off. But before I even decided to do these things, I wrote that. And I really have a strong belief that you speak things into existence. And sometimes you do it and you don't even know it. Oh, I think I know who that Billy guy is that you guys are talking about. I didn't know he passed away. Leah Remini, actually, I'm the Leah Remini of the ICOC. That's such a huge compliment. I love her. She's from Brooklyn, you know. She actually, she kind of motivated me to start a channel because I remember she came out with the Scientology thing, and I was thinking to myself, like, wow, this chick is brave. Like, do you know how many people are gonna hate her for this? Like, she's exposing, and she's not covering her face. She's not masking her voice. She's not masking or hiding the church that she was a part of. She's saying she was a part of Scientology. And yes, I love that about her, Brooke. And I thought to myself, I'm watching it and I'm like, I wish that I could be kind of like that. Like, not necessarily be on TV, but I was just like, I wish I could have that braveness to just come out and be like, you know, this has to end. And then I got a thought. I was like, what if I can? Like, what if I can? And I kept thinking, oh, but then people are going to say things. And what if people hate you? And what if the church somehow comes after you for whatever reason? Because, you know, people are going after her now. But I kept thinking, but what if I help people? And what if I learn something from this? I kept thinking of the positive. So I am happy to be the Leah Remini of the ICOC. I feel like we really needed this. Like, we need someone to speak, you know? Oh, definitely. If one person reads your blog, just like I feel like if one person watches the video, that's all I want. If I can just have even one person tell me, you know, you really inspired me, you really helped me, you made me feel good, you helped me to realize that what I'm a part of is not right. And to me, that's what matters to me the most. Wow, so you're in the Mormon church. I don't know much about Mormons, but that's the next thing I actually want to do research on is the Mormons. Because I heard that they're a cult. They're marked as being labeled as a cult online if you Google it. John Ramirez. Not sure if I know that one. I have a question about Mormons. Do Mormons, why do they always wear a book bag? Like, why don't they, I don't know, like, why do they always wear a book bag? What is in there? I always wanted to go up to one and ask and say, oh, excuse me, what's in your book bag? What do you got in there? But I feel like it's an awkward question. Maybe I will. Maybe the more I make these videos, the more brave I feel. So maybe I will ask them that. Morons. Do you get your own galaxy? That's funny. Mormons are just, I don't know. I don't know anything about them. All I know is that I heard a little bit about them. I can't remember what it was, but it was really off. And they always have book bags. I just don't get the book bag thing. And they seem nice. They seem so timid. And how come Mormons are always white? Are there any black or Hispanic Mormons. Are you allowed to be a black Mormon? Like, if I want to be a Mormon, can I become one? Magic underwear. You're really making me want to learn about Mormons because I'm very intrigued now. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because I heard Mormons are a cult. I've never seen a black Mormon before. It's so weird. Huh. I've never seen a black Mormon. And and so the friends that you have, they're black Mormons? I've never had a Mormon knock on my door. I had them, um, I've had Jehovah's Witnesses knock, but, well, in my building, my apartment building, they're not allowed in because I have security downstairs, but somehow they got up here. I think security wasn't at the desk and they came up, but they're like a sign that says for them to stay out. Um, Mormons, usually I've had them stop me in the street before, and as soon as I see them, they have like the tie and the white shirt, the white button-up shirt, and their book bag, and I'm just like, no, no, thank you. Wow, that's really messed up. Huh. There's so many different religions, it's so confusing. I have one friend who's Muslim, and she doesn't show her hair, and I saw her hair for the first time, and I was completely amazed. I was like, wow, your hair is so beautiful and shiny. I never knew your hair could look that good when you never show it. You know, not that I thought that they don't wash it, but I was just shocked at how, like, healthy it looked. Like, what do you do with your hair? I guess because it's not exposed to pollutants. So according to Mormons, black skin is a curse? Or is that back in the day? They used to think that way. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't have any religious friends. I have one friend who's Muslim that I went to college with. Strict Muslim. Like, she hides her skin, sleeves, everything. And then my best friend is Christian. She's an ICOC member. That's it. I have actually two, no, I have three Muslim friends, as a matter of fact. This is some interesting stuff, Brooke. I'm really gonna have to research this. I never heard of any of this. I've heard of Jeff Warren. Wait a minute. Is Jeff Warren? I'm about to Google him. I think we watched some videos of his at my church the other day. Is he that older white guy with the beard? I'm gonna Google him. I'm gonna tell you guys if this is him. No, not mine. That's not him. Is Jeff Warren a cult? Isn't he? Oh, FLDS, the Fundamentalist Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. He's a cult leader. Yeah, because I saw him on I got him confused with another guy. I saw some stuff about that guy when I was Googling all the different kind of cults other than the ICOC. There's like a list on Google that has all the different church organizations that are considered cults. Yeah, my friend is kind of a cult friend. I mean, well, I don't want to say that in case she ever watches this video. I don't know. I don't know, because you know what? I don't know if every single ICOC church is a cult. I don't think every single ICOC church is a cult. I think most of them are. But hers seems okay. The one that she used to go to was a cult. But don't get me wrong. I don't care how nice the ICOC church is. I will never step foot in there again. I don't care how different they are. What does agnostic mean again? I always forget. The devil. Oh, means you're not sure. Okay. So atheist is like they for sure know that they don't believe in. Agnostic is all right. Yeah, cuz I know I tried to find what I am, but it doesn't seem to exist. Yeah, atheists are certain there's no such thing. I think I have one friend that I know actually who's atheist. So Brooke, are you still you're what do you go to a Mormon church? Me, that I'm more agnostic. Hmm. So agnostic means like you're not sure if God is real. Because I feel like I'm sure God is real. I'm just not sure about the Bible. That's my issue. Like, I'm not sure about, I'm not 100% sure about Jesus Christ or about the Bible. But I feel like I'm sure that there's a higher power, that there's a God. That's why I get confused when I don't know, like, what am I? No, I didn't have to change my number when I left. Um, no one really bothered me. They completely ignored me like I was the plague. You can believe in God, but you can't prove it. Okay. So, Brooke, you go to a Mormon church sometimes. So, is it your family? Who is it? Your husband, your kids that you go with? Exactly, Aaron. I agree with you 100%. Universalism. Not sure. Let me Google that. Because I feel like there's just so many terms, and I have no idea. Just gonna Google it real quick because I'm like a Google queen. I Google everything. Okay, so universalism is religious, theological, and philosophical concepts with universal application or applicability. Considers all people in their formation in terms of religion in a broad sense. It claims that religion is a universal human quality. I think I kind of get what they mean, but they're using really big words for me in one sentence. So let me see if I can find an easier definition because this is making me feel like I'm not that smart. I kind of think I get what they're saying. Let me see. Any of you know what it is? Oh, you live at home. Okay. It's hard not to go to church if your family is forcing you, I know. I mean, when I was younger, when I was a kid, I went to church my whole life and I was kind of forced to go. So I had no choice. But I believed in it only because I was being taught, that I had to believe in it. Excuse me, guys. Sorry. I'm still trying to find out what this universalism is. Very curious about it. Okay, here it goes. An easier definition. The belief that all mankind will eventually be saved. Oh, I see. Loyalty to and concern for others without regard to national or other allegiances. So basically, they don't believe in just one religion. They believe everyone is right. That's what it is. So basically, universalism is a belief that you I guess you think everyone is going to be saved. If there is a heaven, everyone's going to go to heaven. That's what it seems like it means. If folk, okay, I know what it is because I know someone who is a universalist. Um, so basically, a person who believes in any religion takes principles from any religion and thinks there's something right about any religion. I know someone who does this, who believes this way, and he goes to different churches and of different religions. He doesn't claim one. He goes to all of them because he says that he feels they're all right in some way. So I think that's what that means. Brooke, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you? Yeah, universalism is the opposite of atheism because atheism just don't believe in anything at all. Why do you have PTSD? If you don't mind me asking, I'm sorry I sound so nosy. I'm just, I like to get to know you guys too. I'm just curious. Is it because of your church or is it something totally different? If it's something totally different, you don't have to mention. It could be something personal. You're 23. Aaron said the ones that. Can you guys see me? Because it keeps saying I have a bad connection. Can you guys see? Or is it like glitching a lot? Okay, I see what you're saying, Brooke. PTSD sucks. I've dealt with that before too. Okay. ICOC love you if you go to school because they recruit campus people all the time. I dealt with PTSD when I was 16 when September 11 happened. Because my mom used to work in the second tower that was hit, that fell, or they both fell. But my mom used to work in it, and so I went through PTSD after that event. That was my first time ever having PTSD. And I had a little bit of PTSD after I left the ICOC. Then I experienced a little PTSD when I would go into churches, different churches. So I know what that feels like. I have an idea what that feels like. PTSD numbness is one of the symptoms. When it comes to PTSD, I know I felt numb. I didn't know how to feel. I would want to cry and I couldn't. I would want to scream and I couldn't. Anxiety accompanies it. Um, but yeah, it is like numbness. It's just triggers, crazy triggers. Like for me, what would happen with me is that I would be walking and then outside and then I'd hear a plane and look up at the plane and all of a sudden I think of it crashing into a building or falling on me and I would jump, like I would jolt for no reason. And that's a part of PTSD. It's like you're reliving what happened as if it's happening to you, but your mind is convincing you that it's happening now because you're thinking about it so much that you start to react physically as if it's happening. I also had night terrors. I would have nightmares, really bad nightmares of planes coming and crashing through my window. And then I would think I heard a loud boom sound. So I'll wake up and run to my mom's room and tell her, we gotta hide, they're coming for us. Like, I freaked out when 9/11 happened. No, yeah, planes, I, that's one thing that does still affect me. If I hear a plane, I get a little nervous. If I see it and I feel like it's kind of low and I'm not near a terminal, I do get nervous. And what also freaks me out is fires because I live in an apartment. I'm on the seventh floor, but when I was living with my mom, I lived on the 15th floor. So one day there was a guy who came. He lived. Where did he live? I think he lived above my apartment. And this guy, psycho, this bad connection thing is annoying. This freaking guy, he climbed from his 16th floor apartment, his balcony, and climbed over. He climbed over onto my balcony. And I had crazy PTSD triggers. Because I thought about the people in the Twin Towers that jumped. And what the hell? It keeps saying bad connect. It's like really pissing me off right now. I thought about the people in the Twin Towers that jumped. I'm just like, okay. I thought I lost you for a minute. Yeah. And I was just like, why are you climbing onto my balcony? If you fall, you're gonna die. This is the 15th floor. And he was just like, he was crying, saying how he wanted to kill himself, something about his mother, and that he was trying to get out of his house, so he wanted to escape through my balcony. And then the cops and the ambulance came. They had to get him evaluated. It was crazy. But that triggered me, after seeing on TV people jumping out of buildings. Yeah, that's crazy. That's scary, Brooke. That's scary to live a life like that. I'm glad that your mom is okay after being in the Pentagon. Machine guns? Wow. Having PTSD is scary. It's especially, if you go through something that's extremely traumatic, an experience that's really bad. It's crazy what we could do with our minds. It's crazy what you can convince yourself with your mind. Our mind, I feel, is so strong, it's so powerful, and there's so much that we can control that we don't know. And I feel like you don't realize that until you see exactly what it is that you're going through and how it's affecting your life. Then you realize, like, your mind is very powerful. We could convince ourselves of things that don't even exist, things that's not even real. I know people in the military experience extreme PTSD too. My husband's best friend was in the military, and he had it. Every time he would wake up, like he would sleep over, if you just one little accidentally touch him like that, he would freak out, like try to put you in a headlock. Like, relax. I come in peace. I definitely believe in laws of attraction, yes. I believe in the laws of attraction. I believe in, I'm sure deprogramming believes in this too. I believe that you can create. I think we could create good and we could create bad. I don't really believe it when people say stuff like, all right, Aaron, bye. Thanks for joining. I don't really believe it. I was waving to my husband because he's standing there staring at me. I don't really believe too much. You know how some people with laws of attraction say, like, if you have an illness, you created it. I think you could create some, but I don't think every time something bad happens, you automatically create it. Like if a car comes and hits me and I die, that I create that to happen. I don't believe that. It's kind of messed up to say that or to think that way. But I do believe in a lot of it, though. Well, it's good that he's getting help. It's good that he's getting therapy, or or I'm assuming he's getting therapy because you say your parents are getting help. It's good that they're getting help because that is I know that people who they see a lot of stuff. It's crazy. Hey, Canib. It's crazy what they go through, the things that they see. I don't think I would ever be the same if I was to be in the military and see people die and get shot in front of me. I don't think I'd ever be the same. Yeah, I respect the military. I think to be able to enlist yourself in something like that, you're a very strong person. Exactly. You can never undo the past, but you can always make a better future. And that's exactly what I always try to tell people because I just feel like if you stay stuck in the past, you just stay stuck. But if you focus on what you want to change, you can focus on it. We can never ever change our past as much as we want to, but your past can definitely change you. And it's up to us whether we want our past to change us into a better person or into a person who is a little bit worse than how we started off as. That's good, Brooke. That's good. You have good parents. My mom is really good too. She frustrates me like every mom, but she was never in the military or anything like that, but she went through a lot things. She experienced a lot on 9/11. So, I feel like she's a very strong person. Oh yeah, the ICOC are still stuck. They're like stuck in a time zone. They're just like warped into a time zone in a bubble. And then when you leave, then you're like, oh crap, there's more to life than this. Yeah, of course, you can always be yourself. You know, there's too many of everyone else, but there's only one of you. So, why not be yourself and don't be afraid of asking questions. Don't be afraid. Don't ever let anyone intimidate you or make you feel like you're dumb or you don't know any better. You don't know enough. We got to teach you. 'Cause that's what the ICOC does. Don't ever let anyone make you feel like you can't speak up. If something bothers you, if you feel uncomfortable about something, it's for you. It's for the best for you, and you have to follow your heart, and you have to follow what you believe and what you feel. And if something bothers you, you have every freaking right to say it, regardless of whether they like it or not. Oh no, Canib, you missed the ICOC. Unsubscribe, go away. Just playing with you. You're right, they are victims. ICOC are definitely victims. Freed Hardman? Oh gosh. We have so many ICOC colleges over here. Well, it's alright to miss. It's alright. No, we don't want pancakes. It's alright to miss your friends. I mean, I I did miss mine for a long time, for like a good year at least, which to me is a long time to miss friends because I usually could get over. But I'd never been so hurt like that by so many friends at one time. So I did miss them too, but I refused. I refused to go back. After a while, you start to get to a point where you're okay, you adapt. I live in New York City. Yeah, I think if all of us knew what we know now, we would never join. I definitely wouldn't have. Sometimes you just kind of need, which is why I do these lives where we could just talk and talk and talk sometimes you just kind of need this. You need to be able to talk. You need to be able to vent. You need to be able to let out whatever it is. Because honestly, there's not that many people that can relate to us. You know, we're like a rare breed. There's not that many people that can relate if you say, I used to be in a cult, or I've been hurt by this church so much to the point where I don't know if I believe in the same things anymore. So when you find that small group of people that still believe the things you believe in, then it makes it so much easier, and it makes you feel like this is my group. Like I can, it definitely heals you when you're able to talk about it and you're able to find someone that can relate with you. On Napoleon, it's going to take you and several more people if you want to do that. That's going to be rough. I actually know a guy who is so funny. He's still a member, but he's like a member undercover. He helps members leave, and then he gets kicked out, and he goes to another ICOC church, and he undercovers, and he goes, and he gets people. He gets a lot of people out. He even shares my videos to help people get out. Yeah, I think a lot of ICOC members watch the videos. I actually had someone recently. I had someone recently who watched the videos, and a couple of months ago, he was dragging me because of the fact that I left, telling me stuff that an ICOC member would say because he was a member. And he was like, oh, you just don't want to follow the Bible, blah, 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 blah. And just the other day, he he sent a message on one of my videos, and he was like, I gotta apologize for what I said months back because now I see what you're talking about. Like, all the things I was saying, he was denying it, and months later he was like, I can't believe it, everything you said is actually true, I'm just now seeing this. And he apologized, and he was the second person that apologized to me that's an ICOC member. So you really never know. And plus, if you're such a happy ICOC member, why are you watching this type of channel, It makes me think that if a person comments and they're from the ICOC, it makes me think that they're looking for something. They're looking for evidence of something. We have an ICC over here by me, yeah. I heard actually a guy in my church was like that his cousin went there, and he said it was very strict. He said it was very cult-like. So yeah, we have one not too far from me. I've never been there. Hey DB. I've never been to the ICC by me. I was invited, but I was like, hell no, I'm not going. Also, you had a bougie pastor then. That's weird for a pastor to ignore you. Was it because you were not a member? That's the only time they ignore people is if you're not a member. If you're a member, they act like they really care about you. We care about your salvation, sister. We really care about you. Yeah, I've never been to ICC. I'm kind of curious. I'm kind of curious what they're like. But I don't want them to trigger me.
Will you finish?
Hmm. You could sit there. Wow. I did my restoration studies, and right when I thought I was done, I wasn't. Wow. I don't understand why they split the church. Like, if they're all the same, it just doesn't make any sense. It's all a scam. Well, when I was about my third year in the ICOC, I was told that I should do studies because I missed a couple of Sundays. I wasn't going consistently like I used to. And at first, I missed it because I was tired. I was like, I really don't want to get up. Then I kind of liked missing it because I was at that time already feeling kind of uncomfortable about a couple of stuff. And then I started missing more and more. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to stop missing. I'm just going to go. And so the women that studied with me the first time, they told me that I should do studies. I should do restoration studies. And I said, no, I don't think I need it. Because I started going back and I started being consistent. And I was like, I don't need any studies. I'm fine. But they insisted I needed studies. They kept telling me that I need to go do my studies if I want to go to heaven. So then I moved to another borough, and I did not know that the leaders from my old ICOC church took all of my personal information and distributed the information over to the new ICOC location I went to. So then they started trying to make me do studies. They did it in a very slick way. I did not know that they knew anything about me. I didn't know they knew about me skipping out, none of that stuff. And I started doing restoration studies right when I was told that I was done. This is right before I left. I was told I was done with the studies and that I could be restored. Out of nowhere, they're like, the next day, I'm like, oh, I'm so excited. Oh, I can't believe it. I'm finally get restored. I'm going to get right with God again. Well, Tina, I don't know about that. I'm starting to think you might not be ready, actually. And I was just like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? It's like climbing a ladder and then you think you're at the top, but then when you look over, there's more to climb. And you're like, what? Do you know what I had to go through just to get to the top of this freaking ladder? You mean to tell me there's more after this? And that really turned me off. And I was just like, this is ridiculous. This is absolutely insane. And I left. So yeah, they made me do studies and I did not like it. And I don't recommend anyone does restoration studies at all. They do not pray in tongues. In the ICC, I doubt it. In the ICOC, they definitely don't. They don't believe in praying in tongues. They definitely treat you different. If they feel you need to be restored, they definitely treat you different from other people. Oh yeah, they break you down. I think they call it breaking sessions. Illuminati. You never know, they probably are. They are unbiblical because I used to ask them, hey Brooke, I used to say, where in the Bible does it say I have to do restoration studies in order to get right with God? And they would say, well, it doesn't say it in the Bible, but, and then they would just make up some other excuse. Breaking sessions are usually when, if you do something that they feel is wrong, that they feel is against what you're supposed to do as a member, then what they do is they have these talks with you, these little meetings, and it could either be usually like a small group of people, and they talk to you, and they break you down and basically make you feel like crap about yourself, and then say, we're just giving you tough love because we love you, and we want to see you get to heaven, sister, and that's basically how those go. I've had several, and I know people who had them too. Exactly. Do what they say or you're going to go to hell. So, and then the funny thing is they play with words a lot. So they will tell you that, well, we're not allowed to say who goes to hell. We're not allowed to judge, but they do tell people they're going to hell because they tell you you're not going to heaven. And they teach that if you don't go to heaven, there's only other one place you could go. So just because they don't physically like verbally say you're gonna go to hell doesn't mean that they're not telling you that that you're not gonna go to hell. They're actually, in fact, telling you that you are gonna go to hell. I was always told I wasn't gonna go to heaven, even when I left. When I left, and that's why people fear going to hell so bad with the ICOC. They focus on it too much. I remember I mentioned that one time. I said to my discipling partner, I was like, I feel like this church focuses so much on going to heaven instead of focusing on having a relationship with God. That was probably the smartest thing I've ever said as a Christian. And they were like, well, we just want to see you make it to heaven because that is important. And I was like, yeah, but I just feel like everything is always about, oh, I got to get to heaven. So basically, I'm coming to church and being a Christian out of fear rather than out of me wanting to come to church. Yeah, if you leave, they tell you you're not going to go to heaven. They told me the same thing. They told me I was a sinner, I'm worldly, that I'm going to be destructive, something bad's going to happen to me, I'm going to cause destruction in my life. These are things that are scary because then you start to kind of think about it. And you start to feel like, well, what if they were right? And I thought like that for a long time. Once in a while, if I talk about it too much with someone who's a Christian, like my husband who's a Christian, or if I think about it too much, I do start to get those thoughts where I start to think, what if they were right? So I try to put the thought out of my head. Wow, 22 years. Should we sing you the song? They have like a special song for people who made a certain anniversary. What do they call it? They have a certain day. Happy Born Day or something like that, the day you were born in Christ. So. You want us to sing you a song? I don't even remember how it goes. I remember the song that they sung every time someone got baptized. Oh yeah, Brenda. If you're with someone who's not a part of that church, they're going straight to hell. They're not gonna believe that they are good at all. That's what they always say. Spirthday? I didn't hear about the spirthday. Your spiritual birthday is what they call it. Every time someone would get baptized, I'm gonna sing the song. This is what they would sing. I have decided to follow Jesus. Wait. I have decided to follow Jesus. Oh my God. That song is so annoying after a while. I would be like, can we just baptize them and then just, yay, okay, congrats, and leave? Oh my God, they used to always, yes, I know it's super triggering. That song used to drive me crazy after a while. At first, I used to sing it. I used to be the dummy that'd be like singing it, and clapping. Ooh, we made a disciple. And then after a while, I was just like, oh my God, freaking song. Pop Goes the Weasel. I think it follows the Pop Goes the Weasel melody, yeah. I'm telling you, so many triggers you can have. I'm gonna lay down my burdens. That is a song that you mentioned, DB, because that sounds familiar too. They have certain songs that any song I hear that reminds me, even songs that I used to love, really do bother me. Like, they get me upset. They get me upset and they make me feel some sort of feeling because I feel like it's just so fake. Oh God. I think you told me before that you were part of the song ministry, the music ministry. You have a songs book? Oh, get rid of that thing. Burn it. I never had one. I wanted one. I never got one. Oh God, that Mormon song sounds terrible, Brooke. I didn't even hear it. Just the words alone, I'm just like, yeah, I just can't deal with their songs. I mean, the church I go to sings a lot too now. And they have instruments, they have a drummer. He goes in, that drummer goes in. But I like it though. I like the stuff they sing. It makes me feel good, you know. I don't feel triggers with the church I go to, but if I listen to anything from the ICOC, no, I can't. I had some books from the ICOC that I threw away. I had to get rid of them. I felt like it was causing too much negativity in my space. It was like I felt too much negative energy. I had to get rid of it. There's so many triggers. There's words that could trigger you. There's actions. There's songs. There's people. I saw someone yesterday um, that was a part. She got baptized several years after I. She actually got baptized the year that I left. I saw her yesterday. I know she recognized me. And I went to my daughter's parent teacher conference, and her daughters go to my daughter's school. So I kind of did like one of those things where like you kind of smile like that, like you know, like I didn't want to say hi, and she looked at me and looked away, like she knows that I left. I was just like, all right, whatever. Sometimes I see her in the nail salon. She used to say hi to me, and then she stopped. I never really spoke to her though. She's always been kind of quiet, but she used to acknowledge my presence. Now she completely just like she didn't even smile or nothing. Yeah, a lot of things in the media brainwash. Music, movies, shows, Disney Channel. It's crazy. Yeah. My church did a cappella also. My church didn't. The first ICOC location I went to didn't use instruments. The second one did a little bit. They used instruments a little bit, but not the first one. They didn't use it at all. I thought it was weird. Hip hop is not what it used to be. It's definitely not. I don't like the culture neither. It's just music is just not the same, you know? Music is just like anybody could be a rapper now. And they don't even really say anything. There's no talent, there's no storytelling, there's no passion in it. It's stupid. Words that just don't make no damn sense. They rhyme and they just rap it cuz it rhymes. I like Drake. I like his music. He's very different. Yeah, Brooke. That's my ICOC said the same thing. Love and Hip Hop gets me so angry because the women on there are so pathetic. They're so pathetic. Do you know Sin Santana? She's on Love and Hip Hop. She's with Joe Budden now, and Joe Budden have a kid together. I used to go to I didn't go to well, I went to school with her. I went to college with her. I used to have a class with her. And I saw her on Love and Hip Hop. I was like, she looked like the type to be on one of those ridiculous shows. I love reality shows though. I'm not gonna lie. You don't like Drake? I love his music. Kendrick Lamar, hell yeah, Kendrick Lamar, yes. Love Kendrick. Kendrick has that music that has like real words in it. And Janae Aiko, you guys like Janae Aiko? Oh my god, I listen to her literally every freaking day. Every day. I don't know, my neighbors are probably tired of it. I love her music. You know, it's like I feel like it's real music. It's something I can relate to. I really like Kendrick Lamar, Drake, um, Janae Aiko. I think I know who you're talking about, DB. You're talking about the woman who is from New York, right? She was on Love and Hip Hop, and I forgot her name. She actually was in the ICOC that my best friend was a part of in the Bronx. I was shocked about that. When I was doing my studies, they told me not to watch that stuff neither, and I did it anyway. They told me not to watch certain things, not to listen to music, not to watch commercials, not to read magazines, not to read books that were not from the ICOC. It was way too many things it was trying to control. But I really do like reality shows. Tech None. What song does he sing? Yes, Jhené Aiko. Right, Canib? I'm telling you. Really? We're talking about the same one though, DB? She's from the Bronx, right? I think she was like, I don't know, what was she, like a producer? What was her name? I think it started with a Y or something like that. Dating in the ICOC. I think if I was to ever date in the ICOC, if I was single, I would go nuts. I would go insane. Yandy, that's her name. She went to my friend's church. Um, I feel like if I was single in the ICOC and I was to date, I would go nuts. Because they try to tell you who to date, and I cannot date someone I'm not attracted to, that I'm not interested in. I can't date someone just because they're spiritual. I need to have some sort of a connection. I gotta be interested to date the person. I think it was ridiculous. And I always wondered how come everyone in the ICOC is married to each other? And I didn't know it's because you're not allowed to date outside of the church. When I learned that, I thought that was really weird. And I was like, I'm happy that I'm not single because let me tell you, I would be dating whoever I want behind their back. They probably would kick me out. I would be very rebellious. Big Sean is good. I like him. He's with Jhené Aiko now, you know. I like his music. Oh yeah, I had to pretend to be nice to a lot of people that made me want to scream. There were people I did not like at all, and I would put on a smile and plaster it on, and I was just like, oh, I can't stand this chick. Yeah, I know. The ICOC is very big when it comes to marriage and staying within, not even just within your religion, but within the church. They're very strict with that. I am starving. You know, I'm about to order some pizza. I'm about to order some pizza right now. I know that name 2088. I was wondering what that was about. I like their songs that they do together. Worthy, oh my god. I know that whole song by heart. I love that song. You know what I'm talking about? Worthy, the song that they did together. I've never heard of those bands. Oh, so that means that you're cute if they wanted to date you then and they didn't say anything. Because the thing is that they didn't say anything probably because you were not spiritual enough. Because I know that if you were a good looking guy but you were not spiritual enough, then they won't say anything to you because they are told that they have to date a brother who's on their spiritual level. See, if I was single, no one would want to date me because they would tell everyone to stay away from me because I was always the one that had to be worked on. I thought I was pretty spiritual, but I was always the struggling Christian, so, you know. I mean, they told people not to be friends with me. I would have just snuck. I would have snuck and I would have went behind their back and I would have dated people I wanted to date just because I wanted to date them. It's ridiculous. They control everything. Everything. So, guys, I'm gonna go because my phone battery is low and my stomach is talking to me. But we are going to do these lives again, of course, and I will make sure that I let you guys know ahead of time because I think this is super fun. We just sit here and talk about whatever. Some live videos are gonna be structured videos, but most of the time I think I'm just gonna do it like this because this is fun. Also gives me a break from having to talk about something specific. Um, Anyone have any questions or anything? You're welcome. Thank you for joining. Oh, I feel so stiff. I'm so glad that you guys came and that you guys hung out with me. I love you guys all so much. Thank you for being so supportive. And Brooke, keep your head up. You're gonna be just fine. You're gonna be just freaking fine. You're welcome, Napoleon. I appreciate every single one of you that show up in here. Bye, DB. Will. I could just call you Will the whole time. I didn't notice that. Alright, bye, guys. Have a good night or a good day, whatever time it is where you're at. For me, it's night. Bye.